Are you wondering if it's the right time to expand your team? In our next episode, I'm going to tackle the ins and outs of hiring. I'm going to share a simple 3-step process to help you determine when to bring in new talent. Because hiring isn't just about filling a vacancy, it's about making a strategic investment in your business's future. Tune in to learn how to evaluate the financial, tactical, and strategic aspects of hiring and make your next hire a win-win. Are you that driven entrepreneur who believes that working harder holds the key to your dreams? Are you drowning in the day-to-day tasks, wishing you had more time to strategize and cast the vision for your business growth? Hi, I'm Donna Dubé, your guide on this entrepreneurial journey. I've walked in your worn-out shoes, burning the midnight oil, convinced that sheer hard work was the secret to success. Just one more email, one more task, until I found myself on a one-way track to burnout. But here's the twist in the tale. I discovered that success isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about being intentional with our time. It's about steering our ship with focus, because no team, system, or automation can outperform a lack of direction. In this podcast, I'm sharing with you all the strategies for business growth that it took me years to learn. If you're ready to step out of the daily overwhelm so you can amplify your profits, then I'm ready to teach you. I believe the only limit to your business growth is the one you set for yourself. Go grab a notebook, warm up that cup of tea, and let's do this. Hello and welcome back, CEOs, small business leaders. So happy you're here. You can't see me right now, but I'm doing a little happy dance over here because this is the 50th episode of CEO Amplify. And I'm just so grateful for each and every one of you for tuning in, for listening, for leaving me comments, for dropping reviews. It just really helps to know that the time I take and what I'm putting out there in the world is actually resonating and that you are getting benefit from it. Because as I always say, it's one thing to listen, but what I really want you to do is take action. So thank you again. I so appreciate each and every one of you. And let's have a little virtual celebration for 50 episodes. I would love to hear what your favorite episode is. So if you want, drop me an email or hop in the Facebook group, CEO Amplify, and let me know what your favorite episode is so far. Alrighty, let's dive into decoding the hiring process. And this is a crucial topic, right? Because at some point, most small business owners grapple with this. When and how do I hire? And more specifically today, I'm really going to discuss a 3-step process that will help you determine if and when it's the right time to expand your team. Now, you may be listening right now, you may be a solopreneur, you may be in no way, shape, or form looking to hire, and that's okay. Or you may be a solopreneur and you're like, maybe I'm getting a little overwhelmed. Could I? Should I? And so this episode would really help you. And maybe you're a business owner and you already have a team. And this episode will also help you because it's going to help you strategically figure out when is the right time for my next hire. Because hiring, I believe, really isn't just about filling a hole. It's really about an investment in the future of your business, right? And like any investment, it requires thought and planning. And the key really lies in understanding 3 areas: the financial, the tactical, and the strategic aspects of your business. And so that's where I'm going to dive in today. So let's start with that first big one, the financial. So hiring a new team member is obviously a significant financial commitment, right? Depending on whether you're hiring them as a contractor, whether they're doing implementation, or you're bringing in a higher level leader, whatever that looks like for you, there's obviously a financial commitment that you're making when you bring that person on. And so before you make that leap, I want you to ask yourself some questions. How much money do we have in the bank to pay them? Notice I said how much money do we have in the bank, not what we think might come in 60 days or what we hope might come in when we open that new program. No, how much money do we have in the bank to pay them? And can we afford at least 3 months worth of their salary? And you might hear that and go, whoa, 3 months, that's a lot. But we want to ensure that if we're bringing this person on, we have the funds to be able to pay them, right? None of us want to get in a situation where we bring someone on, they've done work for us, and now we're struggling. We have to take money out of our savings or take money out of our personal accounts to be able to pay for this person. No, we want to do this planning up front, and we want to know that we have 3 months. And you're going to ask, well, why 3 months? Well, it's pretty easy. When we bring someone on, it's going to take time for them to get onboarded. It's going to take time for them to get up to speed, and it's going to take time for them to actually start giving us that return on investment. 3 months is an accurate guesstimate of, at the end of those 3 months, you should be seeing a return on investment on the work that they're doing. All right. So it's really crucial to ensure that our business has a stable cash flow and that we have sufficient reserves to be able to cover those first 3 months when we know that team member is getting up to speed. And I want you to consider the time that they'll be able to free up for you as business leader and also for other team members if you already have a team. So we're going to calculate the potential increase in revenue that they might bring in. Now notice this is potential, right? We're forecasting. We can't know with certainty here, but we can guesstimate, right? We can use the data that we have to make our best estimate of what kind of revenue they might bring in. So let's say, for instance, we're hiring someone, and that someone's going to take things off your plate as business leader and allow you to focus on those higher value tasks that generate more income. So the new hire is going to pay for themselves, right? Look at the potential return on investment that you're going to get. If that new hire is going to take 5 hours off your plate, and that's 5 hours that you can now put to those higher level tasks and generate more revenue from it, then now you have paid for your new hire. So if your financial projection shows that their addition, that bringing them in onto the team will increase revenue beyond their salary, then you've ticked off the financial box. If you have enough money in the bank to pay them for the first 2 or 3 months, you've ticked off that box. I like to sort of go through this exercise with my clients when we're looking at this and say, what is your hourly rate? How much would you charge if you were charging hourly? And multiply that by the number of hours that you're spending doing, for example, customer queries or fixing landing pages, right? Now, if you look at that number, ask yourself, can I hire someone to do this job, possibly more efficiently than me and cheaper than me? And the answer is likely yes, because most team members you hire are not going to be costing you your hourly rate. All right, so just doing a little bit of math there can help you figure that out. All right, let's move on to the tactical side. So here again, preparation is key. Your new hire should be able to dive in and start contributing. And in order for them to do this, this means they need to have clear and comprehensive SOPs. Yes, my friends, standard operating procedures. And I can't stress enough how important this is. SOPs provide a roadmap for these new employees, ensuring that they understand their roles, their responsibilities, and allows you as business owner to get out of the micromanaging, to not have to need constant supervision. So not only do you need to have some SOPs in place, they need to be updated. And so if you already have SOPs, great. But are you looking at them? Is your team looking at them? And are you making sure that they're being updated on a regular basis? So you want to make sure that each of your processes has some sort of documentation to it. And this will help your new hire get up to speed much more quickly. But it also ensures consistency and efficiency in your operations, right? Because when you bring on someone new, if you don't provide details on how you want the thing done and what success looks like, then they're going to come up with their own idea of what that looks like, and it's not going to match what has been happening in your business thus far. So make sure that you have some SOPs and they're documented. And I know for a lot of you, you're already rolling your eyes going, I don't have time to make SOPs. I'm already overwhelmed. And I get that. But the honest truth is, it's not going to help to bring in new people if you don't prepare ahead of time. If you don't have some sort of onboarding for them, some sort of training, some SOPs in the background to let them know what kind of tasks you want and how you want them done, then as soon as you delegate a task to them, they're going to come right back to you with questions. And they'll start working on it, and they'll hand something in, and you'll look at it, and it won't meet your expectations, and you're going to go back to them, and they're going to work on it again, and it's going to be a lot of back and forth, and it's going to take a lot of your time. So you want to preempt that by setting some things up in place first. Now, easy way to do this is if you are currently doing the task in your business, the next time you do the task, record yourself. Record yourself actually doing the thing. Clicking around, sharing your screen, whatever you need to do, and make some notes. That can be a beginning. It's not a formal SOP, but it's a start so that this new person has something to go by. And if you have someone else on your team who's doing the task, expect them to be documenting how to do that task. Expect them to make a formal SOP, give them a template to follow, and expect them to have a regular routine of updating it, of going through and making sure, is this still how we do it? And if not, let me revise it and ensure that the revision date is down at the bottom. SOPs are not exciting for a lot of people, but having a library that you tap into regularly and that is updated is so, so important in ensuring you have a smooth operation behind your business. All right. So that's one thing, SOPs. The other side of it is an onboarding plan. So outline the training and the resources that they'll need and set clear expectations for their first few months. And this proactive approach will really help them integrate smoothly into your team and start making meaningful contributions sooner. So what does this look like? This could be a whole nother episode on itself, but here are some, common things that I encourage my clients to do before we bring on team members. So do we have a business hub? Do we have a central place, whether it's Google Drive, Dropbox, whatever storage system you use? Do we have a central place called a business hub where we're going to have things like, what is our mission? What is our vision? What are our core values? Who are the clients we serve? How do we serve them? What's our programs, offers, or services? What do those look like? Where are the sales pages? How are the links? Who's the people on our team? What rules do we operate by for communication? What channels do we use for communication? And so this is sort of like a central resource that your new hire can go to whenever they have a question. Doesn't mean all questions are going to be answered by this central hub. But as you grow and as you put things in here, this is going to really help to get your new hires onboarded and understand what your business is all about without you having to sit and manually tell them through a Zoom or an in-person meeting. So a business hub, SOPs can be in there as well. And then the other piece is, do you have 30, 60, 90 success goals? So you have a job description, you're hiring someone for a certain role. You want to make sure you have expectations for 30, 60, and 90 days out from when you hire them. What does that look like? What kind of things do you want them to be able to handle either on their own or with some supervision in those 30, 60, 90 days? And when you bring on that new person, you share that with them. That becomes their guiding light now, and they know what they're working towards for the next 90 days. So having those success goals, really, really important. And where this really comes in is if you hire someone and they're not meeting the expectations, now it becomes really clear. Here were the expectations in 30 days. These ones we met, these ones we didn't. What can we do to help you meet those goals? Maybe there were resources that this person needs. Maybe it's a skill set gap that the person needs, right? But actually having those clear set goals, now you can reflect back on. And it's no longer about, well, I don't like her attitude, or I don't like this, or I don't like that. You have clear, objective expectations that both sides know. Okay. The third piece we're going to talk about today is strategic planning. So let's discuss the strategy of bringing on this new member. So imagine this new team member gives you back 20 hours a week. How will you utilize those 20 hours? Which activities will give you the most return on investment? And before you hire, I want you to have a clear plan for how you'll use the time saved to grow your business and increase your revenue, so that you can cover your new hire's salary. So as an example, I once worked with a business owner who decided to hire a project manager. With the 20 hours a week that he got back from hiring the project manager, he started networking. He started building partnerships and developing new products. Within 6 months, his business had grown by 30%. This example highlights the importance of having a plan and a vision for how you're going to use your time and resources that get freed up by this new hire, right? So I want you to reflect, what are your long-term business goals, and how can a new hire help you achieve them? Because that new hire isn't going to be doing the things you need to be doing. Rather, they're freeing up your time so that you can have more time to do the things you need to do. So whether that's expanding your services, whether that's entering new markets, enhancing your customer service, right? Having a clear strategy will ensure that your new hire is aligned with your business objectives. Alrighty, so there we have it. The 3 areas of business to consider when it's time to expand your team. Finances. Do I have money in the bank to pay for this person? Tactical. What am I actually getting this person to do? And do I have clear expectations set before I hire them so they can see them? And 3, strategic. What am I going to do with the hours that I get back? And what's my plan for using those hours? So each one of those plays an integral role in ensuring that your new hire is not just an expense, but rather an investment that's going to pay you dividends in the long run. All right. Thanks for joining me today for this 50th episode. And remember, hiring is more than just filling a role. It's about strategically growing your business. Until next time, keep pushing forward towards your goals. Thank you for joining me on this episode of CEO Amplify. I appreciate you being part of our thriving community of ambitious business owners. If you enjoyed today's episode, I kindly ask you to share this podcast with a friend and take a hot minute to rate and leave a review. It would mean the world to me. Your feedback helps me reach more people and continue providing valuable content. Thanks so much for your support. Keep shining, and we'll catch you on the next episode.